I'd like to welcome you to the Wednesday version of Thought for the Day. It's just, it's good to be together. Probably, as I reflect on the last over 2 years and the times we've been doing Thought for the Day and during this journey with the pandemic, I've probably thought about who Jesus is more than ever. And I guess maybe it's about time, huh? But I think it kind of started before the pandemic when we had this thing in Sunday school called Flat Jesus. And Lori, our superintendent, gave each of the kids like a cutout of Jesus, a flat cutout. And then over time, the kids would take their flat Jesus and then come back to Sunday school and kind of let us know where did they see Jesus come alive in their life. And it was really, we talked about flat Jesus for a long time. The whole theme being that wherever we are, or at school, or playing in your backyard, or coming to church, that Jesus was with us. And over the past 2.5 years, I've thought about who Jesus is and realized that Jesus is more than a savior for Christians. That Jesus is kind of a universal figure. Because as we've talked about many times, Jesus was Jewish, born Jewish, died Jewish. Christianity hadn't been invented then. Christianity came after Jesus left us. And Jesus' whole life was centered on making his religion, his Jewish religion, more open, more gentle, more forgiving, more a part of the daily journey of those who believed in him. And to me, that is the inspiration to me for our church. You know, our church, All Saints Lutheran Church, it's a relatively small church. It's one of millions and millions of churches. And I've always wanted our church to be the church of the love bucket and the open door. Because to me, to be Lutheran is about being open to the winds of God's Spirit. And I really feel like our church, as imperfect as we are, has a universality about it, that people in their humanity are welcome to come in here and be a part of our community. And our hope is that we can take that gentleness of Jesus, the way he walked, and make it a part of who we are. It was kind of interesting because I always try to change the sign every week, and one Monday morning when I was changing the sign, for some reason I just thought of the words, walking in his sandals. Walking in Jesus' sandals. And then I came into the church, and ironically I went to our little library, and there was a book on the side table, and I picked it up, and these are the words for today that were a part of this little book entitled Joining Jesus on His Mission, where the author says this: as a follower of Jesus, maybe I can move from living my life for Jesus to living my life with Jesus. Thinking about that. Sometimes I live my life maybe for Jesus because I'm trying to prove to Jesus that I'm worthy of salvation. And to me, that's kind of a losing battle. Because if you try to live up to Jesus' Spirit, I think we always fall short. But if we really believe that we can live our life with Jesus, that means that Jesus is walking in our shoes and we are walking in his sandals. And in each part of our daily lives, Jesus is with us. During those times when we don't live up to what we should be, and during those times when we do embody his Spirit, that no matter where we are and who we are, that Jesus walks with us and we can live our life with Jesus. And I'm sure sometimes we disappoint him and sometimes we rejoice with him. And so I guess just knowing that Jesus walks with us is kind of liberating. It kind of sets us free to be who we are and to do our best to walk in his sandals. I had an incident yesterday, and I'm not sure how it relates to this, but to me it's kind of symbolic of our church. Somebody called me on the phone, a gentleman that I don't know all that well, And he says, Reverend Don, would you be free to do a wedding on Tuesday? And I said, would I be free to do a wedding on Tuesday? I don't do a lot of Tuesday weddings. And he said, well, it's kind of a special circumstance, and I would just like you to meet this family. Well, as it turned out, the bride, I did her mom's funeral just a few years ago. And they came to the church on Tuesday. And the couple has been together for 10 years, and they have 2 children. Their family has been through a lot, and they just came to the realization that they just wanted to be married in front of their kids and a couple friends. They just wanted to spend the rest of their journey as a married couple. And so we gathered in here yesterday, the bride and the groom and their 2 kids and one of their best friends and the gentleman who referred them to me. And we had a wedding with 6 people. And there were a lot of smiles and a lot of tears. And you could see that their 2 sons were just so happy. And afterwards, I kind of said, what brought you to the decision to be married on this Tuesday? And they just said, spiritually, it was something they wanted to do. And they knew that somehow our church would be open to that. And I guess, to me, that is what life is about, to be open to the winds of God's Spirit. It's easy from the outside looking in to judge things and to make assumptions about what's religious and what's not. But when we really believe that Jesus walks with us, then we can be open to the winds and the spontaneity and even sometimes the uncertainty of the way God's Spirit walks with us. So anyway, I know I really can't live my life for Jesus because Jesus is the only one that can do that. But we can walk in his sandals if we can, and we can know that Jesus walks with us. And if we can live our life with the kind of kindness and grace that he walked, maybe each one of us can do our best to make the world a better place. It's always an honor to be with you. God bless you on Wednesday, and I look forward to talking to you on Friday. Thanks for listening.